We are going to the Fashion Awards. It's at the Royal Albert Hall. I think Charlie's going to win Emerging Men's. I think Mattie's going to win Emerging Women's. I'm just having a light breakfast.
I'm super nervous. I think initiatives like Fashionista are amazing. Without that, there'd be a lot of people who wouldn't be designing today.
Lulu's such an amazing mentor, and I wouldn't be here without her.
Strepsils and my Matalan socks.
For me, Fashion East was where it all began. The platform that offers young designers is kind of invaluable kind of kickstarter to anyone's careers.
I think a lot of it is what you can pull out of it yourself with that support.
I'd like to see independent designers sort of band together.
You're up for an award.
I'm up for an award. I'm up for emerging menswear brand, which is so exciting because I emerged a really long time ago.
The British Emerging Talent Menswear 2017 is...
Fashionista is a non-profit project that looks after young designers that are between, say, coming out of college and setting up their own brand. People, when they walk into our office, are expecting this huge team, and it's like me, Tash, who's been with me for 7 years, and Raf, who joined a year ago. But it feels like she's always been here. She's like family already. It's literally us three. Helena comes in to help. Fashionista came about really organically, purely because I was friends with fashion designers. I was very aware of all their struggles and, you know, the need for things like someone to organise their show. It was that simple. It's like, you make the clothes and do the creative, and we will take care of all that other stuff. Fashionista is a group show, so all three designers show on the same runway. It's a collective. Usually a designer will show with us for a maximum of 3 seasons. Fashionista wouldn't have been happening without Topshop and Topman.
Fashionista's been going for 17 years, so it had been going for 10 years before I even joined. Fashionistas meant to be sort of a protected state while they don't really have to worry about the commercial aspect of fashion just yet. What they're doing, it's meant to be creative freefall.
There was a definite difference to the way that they were set up and the intent behind them and the feeling behind them and why they existed, which I think is the key part of Fashionista.
So it was first season Fashionista. We were upstairs in the brewery. It was a really brilliant space. And I was in the middle of Henry, who'd been doing his slogan T-shirts with Agnesteen, playing Guns N' Roses. Then Noki at the other side with drag queens, high heels, lo-fi garage music. That was the very beginning of my journey.
We had like the giant kind of smashed wooden fences, which we lost a few minutes before the show, and there was a bit of a panic.
We started with that kind of relaxed vibe because that's how we tried to do things around here as well.
It all comes together with this like Fashionista hug.
So we're preparing now for Autumn/Winter 18 for Man in January and Women's Wear in February.
This season at the Man Show, we're working with Rottingdean Bazaar, Art School, and we're going to be announcing the 3rd designer very soon. A bird whistler and a sandwich board to open the show. OK. Rottingdean Bazaar have just sent a Hoover bag picture.
Fashionista are really accommodating.
Yeah, because we're just down here for months, and then we turn up like 2 days before and say, this is what we've been making.
We talk about that quite a bit, how kind of lawless fashion is.
Which is what's quite exciting about it.
Yeah. We're scared to try and define ourselves too much. You're just doing different things in different contexts.
We're on the phone 24/7 and we're around for all the support. We always say to them, like, don't think you're bothering us, you know, call us whenever you need. And we're always checking up on them and, you know, doing studio visits. We are very involved in their process, but they have the final decision.
Is that in?
I made this when I was in China.
For women's wear, we're currently working with Asai and Supriya. They showed with us last season, and we're soon to announce the third designer.
We'll have this kind of like American cowboy vibe.
I'm just trying to save you time because no one's going to see that level of detail because it's not hanging on a rail, it's just walking past them.
I just kind of realised how lucky I am to have this opportunity. Sometimes I feel like I just think of like weird things and then I just need a dose of reality from like Lulu. I think women have always been important in my life. Joni, my wife, is a big inspiration to me. She naturally is just kind of like quite effortless. Stories that my mum has told me about her refugee experience coming to England. I kind of like that grey area between imagination and memory.
Lulu has been kind of one of my go-to phone calls when things are exciting, when things are scary. Yeah, I mean, they're friends, you know.
I think it was after my graduate collection at St Martin's I met with Lulu, and she was really kind of excited and supportive. So it was really nice to just find someone in the industry that I could kind of relate to as a friend.
I can't remember the first time I met Lulu, which is weird. I think maybe I thought she was, you know, this big famous person and this iconic fashion industry woman, and she was just very normal. I was always surprised because she ate Monster Munch for lunch.
I come from a working class northern family. Everyone's from Newcastle. My dad, because of this scholarship, he ended up at uni and became a teacher in art colleges. So it's funny, that journey, it's like without a leg up. You know, who knows? And I'd like to think that Fashionista gives people their leg up. It was myself, and I had a landline. I don't think I had a computer. It was very, very, very basic. Our first few years were very much about bringing people east to the Old Truman Brewery, which was still very uninhabited back then. And Shoreditch was an exciting place, I thought. And there were lots of artists and music people that were tenants at Truman's. Tash was an intern for me, and I spotted that she was awesome straight away and was like, oh my God, I have to have her when she finishes college. And yeah, I mean, she runs the thing, doesn't she? She runs the goddamn thing. I work for her. It's mad how little money we've had over the years and how we just keep hustling along. I do like a challenge and a gamble, and it's like last year when Selfridges said, hey, do you want to have a pop-up shop for 3 months? And we looked at the timings, and it meant that the store opened the day after the Man show. And Tash and everyone was like, fuck, are we going to do this? And I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. Rainbow, tell everyone what you want to be when you grow up.
A prince. I wish I was the queen.
It's very much gut feeling and go with it. If it feels right, I'll say yes and then work it out how we actually are gonna, do it. Yeah, I'm always questioning, but not so much why are we doing it, just like how, is this the best way forward with our limited resources? It's never why, because the answer's there, look at their work, it's just brilliant. It's like, I can't think of anything I'd like to do more.
Often when people have graduated the scheme, we still are quite close friends and we still help them with bits and pieces that they need to do. Tonight, Matty is launching his Christmas tree for Hoi Polloi. He just showed me that he's hidden some penis ornaments in there.
Fashionista is like an extended family, and even tonight, everyone comes together, and we all know each other. We've known each other for years. It's fab, yeah, and it feels so natural. It's such an organic relationship with Fashionista. So the Fashion Awards are next week, which is amazing. I'm very nervous. Thanks for coming, Lulu. So nice to see you as always. See you before Christmas, I'm sure.
See you Monday. What are you on about? The Fashion Awards?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
I just want to say thank you to the incredible support network, to Lulu Kennedy, Fashion East, to everyone that has supported me so far. Thank you. I remember when I was at college and I used to read on the Metro about the British Fashion Awards. I never thought that I'd even be there, let alone be awarded something.
The British Emerging Talent Menswear 2017 is Charles Jeffrey.
I'm so blown away. I can't believe I'm accepting this from my idol, John Galliano. This award is dedicated to everyone who's helped me get here. From the nightclub basement of Vogue Fabrics in Dalston, Jack and the Loverboys, making magic. Thank you to Lulu Kennedy and Fashion East for fucking everything. I love you guys. Lulu and Natasha came to my stall at the Masters and they were like asking me to do Fashion East, and then that just turned into like this. So, I mean, without their kind of encouragement and their support, I wouldn't be where I'm at just now.
It is amazing to watch them win, and it's just such an emotional, proud feeling. I think it should be for young people. I think they know their own worth and they're very much more DIY, and I think that's way more exciting.
We're shooting the 3 man designers to announce which designers we're working with to press. So we have Art School, Rotterdam Bazaar, they're both back again, and then a new designer, Stefan Cook. They all know each other, they're all really friendly, they all give each other advice.
From an editorial point of view, I'm always looking at who they're supporting. Lulu and her team have kind of like the sharpest eyes in the business in kind of identifying this new talent. Fashion East really nurtures these kind of early ideas and helps them kind of transform daydreams into reality.
My work celebrates the idea of like hyper-technology in a way. Although the way that I'm trying to look at them is by looking at the past a lot. I kind of design for myself in a way, because of course, like a lot of these pieces are things that I know already, and then I'm reproducing them. I'm kind of trying to let everyone kind of have a slice of the pieces that I love. Whatever experience it is, it's going to be great.
We're doing a site recce for the Man Catwalk show in January. Models would walk out here and they'd do a whole length of the space and then all around here in sort of an L shape and go back in.
It's really incredible to be able to go kind of straight into it. It definitely feels like a lot of pressure because I think there's such a high standard, but I feel like, you know what, hopefully these guys are faith in me, so I think it'll be good.
So I'm just on my way to Central St Martin's to give a talk to the students. If there's talent there, you can see the spark, you need to get behind it and support it. Applications work in that people email them through, we sit as a team and have a look and get together a shortlist which we then share with the panel. We have a panel made up of editors, buyers, stylists, other designers to give their point of view as well.
In the very beginning, there was a huge group of people who were on the panel to decide. I remember at the second or third man show, there was this massive table of people and all this fighting and all this stuff and all this drama. I think young designers should just really know their own point of view and have something to say and have no fear of saying it. The point is to not see Fashion East as an establishment to become part of, but see it as a living thing that can help you be yourself rather than the thing that could make things work for you.
I was thinking of applying to Fashion East after I graduate from my MA. Living in London, it's like there's so many other things you have to think about, and then also thinking about the fashion as well. So that kind of constricts people.
Obviously, people will look at Fashion East and like they'll see like what's rumbling, like what's going on with London, and then all of a sudden like people are interested in you. When Lulu looks at me, she will know exactly why she's looking at me, I think.
I think it's a really useful platform for people of my age, especially after they graduate, because it kind of gives you more leverage financially and also to get your name out there and like spread your work out and like let it grow and evolve in the way it should, if you're lucky.
I hope I don't bore them with
my story, my journey.
I can't come into St Martin's without going up to see Louise's ward because I still really miss her. I think everyone does. She was just like everything to us. This is obviously Louise's ward. Always miss Louise. Like so many memories. That's an invite to our show. Same shit, different year was like totally her saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Same shit.
Welcome to Central St Martin's.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thanks,
coming.
everyone.
Fashion is so much about London and kind of, you know, the DNA of London fashion is definitely about new ideas, new talent.
I guess our only criteria is that you're UK based. It doesn't. There's no kind of because there's no financial agenda with Fashionista. There's no exchange of money because we know it's just going to be a short journey together doing shows or presentations. It can be a lot, you know, more free than are they going to sell any clothes.
What would the key advice you'd give to people who are thinking, you know, potentially wanting to apply for Fashionista one day?
I guess someone that's going to make the most of the opportunity and, you know, it's like us, we're making the most of the opportunity we've got, which although we're a tiny team and little resource, we just try and punch above our weight and put on a good show and make sure we bring the right audience to it. And we have really great mentors like Charlie Porter.
Yeah.
Who'll always give me time and just be like, here's why that's not as exciting as this.
Lulu, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
It's
so
been
much for
brilliant.
having me. I hope
Thank
that
you.
was well.
We've just had a very informative talk by Mama Lulu on how to become fashionista babies.
And everyone's so eager, fighting for it.
It's good to have that stepping stone between your graduation and like really going into industry.
Somewhere like that where there's a great college and lovely students and teachers who want to do that, you know, give something back.
Mama Lulu, tell us what's your skincare routine?
At the end of the MA, we had this exhibition, and Natasha had posted a video about my lookbook on Instagram, and I kind of jumped on it, jumped on the opportunity and just like emailed her and kind of just went from there. We like the idea of designing the full outfit, you know, the undergarments, and we like the idea of having this like layered look. I think that's become a bit of a kind of signature thing. But I don't think you can just say from the offset like what your identity, like I think it's something that develops like through the collections.
So we've asked Charlotte Knowles to come in and her boyfriend Alex, who she works with, to officially tell them that we've awarded them Fashionista for autumn 18.
This looks good to go though. I don't think it needs a huge, you don't want to fuck with it too much. I think you should do runway. If you feel ready. Be part of Fashionista the show rather than the presentation.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Cool.
Like my dream.
Good. That's so ideal.
Inside, I'm like, I guess now we have to really consider movement, and that's something that we're like really excited to do.
We are off to the Man Show with collection in tow. I feel quite sick, but in a nervous way.
On my clutch board.
Months and months of hard work leading up to a 10-minute show. Stefan's not here yet. Stress travel, so best to stay calm.
Guys, can we get hello?
We forgot something and had to drive back to the studio and get it, so that was
Of
also...
course, that had to happen. We're excited, aren't we?
What I really love about their stuff is the humour.
I got a random email saying, we love what you do, would you consider coming and opening? And I said, love to.
It's really, really close to the wire, and I need my sewer.
Doors are about to open to guests, so everyone's just getting into their looks. We should be ready to go in half an hour.
Yeah, I feel fabulous. Work it, bitches. So nervous.
What Lulu has always done is give these people enough rope that they can either kind of climb up to the giant's house at the top of the beanstalk, or they can hang themselves. You see these people at a really protean moment for them. Absolute freedom is much more of a challenge than massive restriction.
Even if they don't like it at first, they're going to be like, OK, that's interesting. The worst crime would be to bore people, and I don't think there's anything boring about today. It's like just a quick mock-up that we've printed off for our women's wear show next week. Is it next week?
It is next week.
12 days. 12
Today's the 5th,
days.
it's next weekend. That's tiny. Look, if you
But
can
look, there's
sit-
this
if
whole
you sit
space
like-
behind here.
I've got loads of questions about everything in here.
Okay. Then I've got sponsorship things to go through. It's all gone quite hilariously mad on the
Okay.
sponsorship front. Oh, message from Asai. Thigh-high studded boots, metal floor.
Oh, they're good.
Oh my god. I think we need to maybe see a bit more of how Charlotte's and Supriya's is looking and listen to their music and think about how to split that. The only real option is for Asai to go first.
Okay, one last thing which is really ridiculous, don't laugh. So the president of Malta... What? Okay, that went well. So the president of Malta wants us to do a fashion show in his palace.
We're one of the only support schemes in London actually giving designers money towards the collection of the shows and their business. Uni fees are so high and people are really struggling, and London is one of the hardest places to have a fashion business.
Schemes like Fashionista are what make it possible to kind of grow a business.
I think if they knew how hard it was, they wouldn't do it. If I knew how hard it was, I wouldn't have done it.
I had to find practical solutions for the fact that I didn't have any money. Fashionista really got that and really supported this wiggly path that I chose.
There's a lot of kind of setting up the business knowledge that came from them. And there was really no one else at that time that we could rely on. We went to Paris straight away to sell the collection.
Yeah, and we had no idea whatsoever of what to do from like commercial or the business side of it.
I suppose the challenge for Stefan now is to think about more long term, how he can apply that same aesthetic, but on pieces that people actually want to buy.
I was really lucky, to do internships and stuff where I was in Paris doing showrooms, but never been in the position where I'm actually trying to make money out of it, I guess. It's kind of crazy to be put in that position within your first season as well.
So how it works is, because it's a multi-label showroom, and basically these guys, even if they've booked an appointment with you, they can come anytime. And obviously there's walk-ins. People just come by because they don't necessarily always make appointments because they know how that showroom works, is that you're there the whole time.
I'm not looking forward to having to deal with like 30 people at a time.
I think you're coming in cheaper than the people I would associate you with, without mentioning names. I think your prices are really competitive and good.
Good. Now that we're talking about it, there's so much stuff that you don't even consider. If we were doing an exclusive with someone and we were like, we need to make this amount of money, Can we kind of be like, yeah, if we're going to do this, then
once you know they're interested and if they're really pushing for an exclusive, then you can say, okay, well, to be able to do that, you're going to have to up your order to this amount.
Because otherwise you end up doing these tiny piddly orders at so many different stores, and when it comes to shipping,
and then a different
paper, you want to kill yourself.
Yeah, no.
It's so brilliant to have like Lily and Natasha coming here to actually talk through this stuff, because you spend the whole time designing rather than thinking about where necessarily it's going to sell. But it's good to know where it's going to sell.
Going to Paris to see how our designers are doing in the showroom and to see Kim's show for Louis Vuitton. I first took designers out to Paris in like 2004, I think it was. We so weren't ready, we were disorganised, and they had amazing appointments, and I remember their line sheets and prices weren't done yet, and we were kind of making it up on the Eurostar, and oh God, we were like 3 in a bed, me, Richard, Nicol and my intern. Those were the days. Worked together with Mandy since day dot, really, since the very beginning of Fashionista. Without her, I really just didn't know what I was doing, and I wouldn't have got it together. It would have been a completely different thing. Mandy's like my biggest heckler in a good way. She tells me like when to, you know, put a sock in it, get on with it. Kicks me up the arse.
Kim's show, the last one.
It's the last work of Kim to Louis Vuitton, so I'm very excited.
There's my seat, come find me, yeah?
We love you, Kimmy.
Kim did 3 seasons at Man. It was actually his menswear at CSM that made me want to do menswear. Kim also had that unmistakable kind of will go all the way thing about him from day one. Just, you know, a really good feel for fashion, a real understanding of it.
Kim Jones, the most epic man in fashion at the moment, has just said goodbye to LV. Tears, scenes, and choked up feelings are going on right now backstage.
Man, what a way to go, bro. Bye, Kim.
I literally screamed when I saw Naomi Campbell came off. I literally was just like, how was that?
That's how you go out the back. Oh my God, so proud. I was like screaming, laughing, crying, screaming. Just like lost it. Yes, Kim.
I think if people realised how much money was spent on shows, that it would be such sort of kind of horror. So like, why are you even putting them on? Things like the venue, the lighting, the models, all that sort of stuff that would be prohibitively expensive, and also the slot.
And I do want to make it a legitimate business that can start trying to self-fund itself.
It can be quite daunting for people, you know, when you're a creative and a designer, you think about the show, and then this is kind of the added-on business part that a lot of people don't really know how to prepare for.
It's nice because everyone's at different stages of their business. So to be able to see people like Charles respond to buyers, and especially people that I don't know, seeing them go to him first and like how he behaves with them really helps. Otherwise you could just end up like a blubbering wreck.
We're both really inspired, I think, by like theatre and cinema and like bringing a little bit of that drama. I think our work celebrates people, individuality, uniqueness, really.
We are looking for some new brand. I can wear this on Monday. I can wear this on Tuesday. I can wear this inside and this outside. Basically, for me, our school is kind of brand in a movie. It's like a whole collection for the costume design.
When we meet people like you guys, we have to immediately just make it work because it's so obvious that it's such a perfect fit. You need to walk in the next show. Okay. They were Shyness. They stopped with us already, and we love them.
We've pretty much taken the amount of orders that we can probably do, so it's pretty good. So I'm pleased.
The boys have been having a great day. I knew they would, but like I think it was even better than they thought.
The pieces that you never thought would sell kind of was selling the most. The diamond paneling stuff, we just didn't think it was going to sell because of its expense, because it's hand-stitched. And also the Perspex bag holders are like hotcakes.
I knew those would be a hit. Just need to work out how to make them. Just talking about your bags.
Oh my God, we've worked it out though.
You have?
Yeah, it's going to happen. Yeah,
It has
next
to.
season.
Who needs a functional bag? Got pockets?
Yeah.
It's fine.
We're on the bus and we're on our way to Sophia's studio just to see how she's getting on 9 days before the show.
I found the best machinist in the world. She made a pair of tailor trousers in 2 hours. She just sat down and ate a beef burrito. Whipped it up in 2 hours. This season I've been trying to think of a wardrobe as well. Like, you don't need to like cram loads of different styles in, and it makes the collection look much tighter anyway.
I love that she's got finished garments in garment bags. Such a good sign. That's back to front. Rough styling. The fact that she can be adding in new pieces this week shows that she's got the kind of bulk of it is like down.
I'm aiming to be done before the weekend next week and just finish stuff off then. You can do a lot in 9 days. You can do a lot. I think my work would celebrate blending of 2 cultures, my Asian heritage and British cultural identity. Also, I'd like to say that it would sort of celebrate like a modern approach to femininity through that lens.
So, in dramatic new developments. Newsflash! So we've added a very special guest to our lineup for women's wear, literally last night. So we're taking them to see the show venue today. The special guest we're talking about is Simons Permain, who are already like a fully fledged brand, only up until now they haven't shown traditionally in London on a catwalk.
We just got to the venue and we're doing a venue recce for the Top Shop show.
So as you can see, it's a building site.
This is where the catwalk will be.
It's been an emergency.
VIP gate crasher.
Yeah, sort of VIP gate crash. Well, Lulu's taken pity on us because we were struggling to find a venue, and we're going to be hosted very generously by fashionistas.
Just freeloading.
Basically, just rinsing it out.
So Sunday.
I can't believe I let you see my secret collection.
It is autumn-winter 18. So before the show, it's a little bit intense. My advice would be to do something that feels very sincere to yourself. So be really comfortable with your identity. You don't have to do everything like everybody else.
Welcome to my crib. I've used over 100,000 meters of thread. I've lost my phone, left that in the Uber. Couldn't get into the studio because I forgot the code. My 27 hours left to go to the show. Get out.
What's the latest with music? Should we listen to it?
Oh, yeah.
It's really about a lineup. So it's like, who's in the show? It's a very, very gorgeous lady called Edie Campbell, Lily McMenemy. We've got a day tour coming in a couple of minutes.
Well, it's 3 o'clock tomorrow. I can't do the maths, so I guess it's like 20 hours. How fucked up do I look on a scale of 1 to 10?
We were doing hair and makeup tests and styling the collection.
And now it's just like all the finishings and everything, make her look a bit more dangerous.
Show's tomorrow.
It's almost 1 p.m. and the show starts at 3.
Things are going to move quite quickly.
Sabria just said she feels quite emotional. It's one of her last shows with us. Yeah, it's Charlotte's first time doing a runway show. They're up late sewing.
Excited, but also quite anxious.
I'm hungry, haven't slept.
It's hectic, too much energy, I think.
It's fun, it's a bit of a party vibe. Très excited!
Half an hour to the show. Crunch time.
Uncharacteristically optimistic. It's just fashionista. It's like, it encapsulates what London is right now.
What keeps Fashionista alive is the people who are part of it. I think that Lulu has got that spirit of, if no one else is doing it, then do it yourself. And I think that's a really, really admirable spirit.
London tends to be the most interesting fashion city in the world over and over and over again because it has these opportunities for people to kind of hone an aesthetic and to say to the world, this is what we are, just utterly invaluable.
It's over too quick.
I don't know why we don't just fully adopt them. Creativity has to be supported and looked after and protected, and I don't ever stop to think about why we're doing it. It's what we do.
Done.